Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Uh, Today I want to talk about outgrowing relationships. That's something that you know that happens to most of us. Um, basically, when we grow up, um, we attend school like everyone else. We make friends and. We make friends, and then we grow up together with with those friends, and we just hang out, you know. And actually, those friends that we make in school, when we're young, it's friends that we don't choose them, you know. So basically, your parents, they decide that okay, this is the school you're gonna attend to, and then the friends you make, they happen to attend the same school, or let's say they happen to live in the same area as you. And so what happens, when you grow up is that you know you know you realize that that you think that you have things in common with those friends that you grew up with, in school, and maybe in high school, make a lot of friends in high school. And then once you guys graduate, you start to realize that that you didn't have so much in common with those friends as you thought. It was actually, obviously, we all had to go to school, so obviously, you know you'd I mean you'd connect with other students, that you call your friends. But what happens is, after you graduate high school, and you know you you know you don't the school is not longer a natural meeting ground for all of you. You realize that people don't really, like, the friends you thought you were very close to, like, they don't reach out as much, as you thought. And it gets you thinking, because it's strange, because you might think that, oh, we went to school for almost, let's say you went to school with, some of your friends since since the like primarily, and then up to high school. And then now all of a sudden, let's say, it's like it's been a few years since you guys attended high school, and then people are not really reaching out like that. Obviously it's important to for you to make a effort to reach out. But in my case, I quickly realized that the friends that I made in school, it's not because I chose them. I realized that we happened to go to the same school, and then obviously we made friends. And like, the more times passes on, like, the more you realize that you're very, very most of the friends you make in your childhood, like, they're not really like, it's not like really your friends that you choose when you're older. You know what I'm trying to say? So what happened to me was that I talked to a friend of mine that we went to the same school, and he moved to Stockholm. We both grew up in Jönköping, and then I left Jönköping almost 8 years now. And so he reached out to me. He was like, yeah, I moved to Stockholm, we should meet up and connect. And at first I was like, yeah, okay, it's been a while now. I haven't seen this guy, but usually we had a really good time in school, particularly in high school. So so we met up, we sat down, and had something to eat, and we were trying to have a conversation, and you get this feeling of that, like, it's not like, like so much time have passed, and you're not really like in the same like high school setting anymore. So it's almost like I got this feeling of like, you're trying to force the interaction, trying to make like the same old jokes, it's not really, feeling right. And I thought for myself, I was like, yeah, this is, I guess this is what, this is one of those relationships that, that you realize that, it's, it had its glory days, and obviously I didn't tell, my friend, this. I was thinking about for myself that, it was nice meeting you, and but I realized that, it's, we're in completely different, places in, in our lives, and even if we were in the same kind of spaces, in our life, we wouldn't, we're so different, like in terms of like personality wise. I'm more of me. I like to I like to work out, nowadays, I work out. I like to take care of myself, I don't really party like that, and he's still, in this kind of high school, party, kind of vibe, and we all evolve, because I also, I moved from my hometown, Jönköping, when I was 23, and now I'm 31, going to 32, and he just moved here. So it's almost like, we've been disconnected for a long time, so yeah. So afterwards, I told this friend that, it was nice meeting you, and yeah, and we should stay in contact. And when I came home, I sat down and I thought to myself, I was like, I mean, why did I even tell them, see you around? Because I didn't my intention is that I'm not gonna, meet this guy again. I have nothing against him as a person. It was just like, I just realized that, we had our run, and I think it's, it's okay. It's okay to, to move on from, from certain relationships, or even friends, because you also make room to, to meet new friends. One thing that someone told me a while back was that, one of the things in life that is actually a really like huge life hack, that's actually to move away from your home city, and move to a new city, because it forces you to actually make friends, and meet new people that, that you generally choose, compared to like the friends that you actually grew up with, because you didn't choose them, you happen to live in the same area, you happen to attend the same school, and not necessarily because you guys, you really had like that, you guys have the same interest, and yeah. So it just had me thinking that, it's okay, to quietly break up friendships, because yeah, life is too short to to continue holding on to relationships that are no longer really, serving, both parties. So that's a food for thought. Yeah, and I just want to say, yeah, thank you for for you, for watching my videos, and if you like this my content, please consider subscribing, and leave a comment, and yeah, please engage with me so that I can become a better YouTuber. Thank you so much, and you guys have a good day. My name is Jonah. Bye. See you next time.